Let me ask you something. How many goals have you set that you were excited about and then all of a sudden life happened and the goal didn't happen? You had fires that you were putting out, you had clients and family and health, and things happened, and then all of a sudden the goal was still on the whiteboard, but it wasn't actually playing out in real life. There's a book called The Four Disciplines of Execution. And in this, it explains why this happens to smart and motivated people like yourselves and how to fix it. So I want to go over the four disciplines really quickly if you haven't read it. So the first one is focus on a wildly important goal to you. These are the goals that are actually going to move your life forward. So most agents don't fail because of anything other than the fact that they have too many goals. They want more closings, more listings, more social media, more systems, they just more of everything. And execution says that you need to pick one wildly goal. So whether it's I want to close 24 homes a year or I want to take 2 listings per month, it's not 10 goals, it's one. And it's one that will actually move your life forward. Because when everything is important, we put ourselves in like paralysis. We get into a place where you can't focus on all of those things equally. And so then we just kind of like ease away from the goal. So one, wildly important goal. And then 2 is act on the lead measures. So, closings are a lag measure, not a lead measure. So you can't actually control your closings. You can control the things that you do that lead to the closings. So you can control your conversations, your appointments, your social media posts, things like that, your follow-ups. So focusing on those, you don't control the 10 closings, you do control 5 contacts a day or 2 listing appointments a week, things like that. Top agents don't obsess over the results. They obsess over the actions that create the results. Discipline number 3 is keep a compelling scoreboard. If it is not somewhere visual that you can see, out of sight, out of mind, you will stop caring about that goal, and you will get caught up in the urgent, not important quadrant. So your brain is wired for winning. So what that looks like is top agents track contacts, appointments, listings, things like that. So, and it's not tucked away in a Google Sheet or a CRM. It is a visual. It's whiteboard with empty slots. It's a one of those pages with the houses marked off, or different things that you fill in to know if you're hitting your goal on the lag measure side. And if your scoreboard is boring, invisible, or confusing, you won't play hard. And if you don't believe me, if you're using one of those boring, tucked away scorecards, try doing one that is fun and out in front of you constantly where others can see it, and see how much harder you play. And then discipline number 4, create a cadence of accountability. This is probably the most important one, and why we at our office just created pod group coaching in addition to our one-on-ones, because execution does not happen alone. And it happens when you are expected to be somewhere, when you're expected to give an update, when you report regularly, when you say what you did, and when you say you're going to do next. When you have all of that recipe in an accountability partner or group, the results skyrocket, because our brain is wired for winning, but it's also wired for comfort. So if we don't create that cadence and go find that or create that system, then we are putting ourselves at a huge disadvantage. As real estate agents, you're entrepreneurs, you're a business owner. This isn't something that is naturally just given to us. For many of us, we have to go seek those relationships out, and if we don't, it's likely that we are not hitting our full potential. So pods work for that reason, group coaching, accountability groups, anything like that. And so here's a question for you. What's one wildly important goal that you have for yourself? What is the lead measure that goes with that? And then where is your scoreboard? So what's the lead measures that you're tracking that support that wildly important goal? And then where's your scoreboard? And then who's your accountability so that you can achieve this? And I challenge you to do it for 90 days and see if it makes a drastic impact on your business. And highly recommend picking up the book, The 4 Disciplines of Execution, if you haven't read it. Have a great week.